Hello there. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. You have about 2 minutes before I get started. I will get started right at 7 o'clock. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you had a great Sunday, great weekend, and I hope you have some great plans for the upcoming week. It's hotter than heck here in California again. Hey Lena, welcome. Yeah, I don't know if it was over 100 or just around, it's still 91 out there. It's 7 p.m. and it's still 91. So I bet it was over 100 today. Hi Carol, welcome. Today I'm going to be working with Winterly Treetops Bundle from the mini catalog. Hey Rose, welcome. And I think it's a beautiful card. It's geared towards Christmas with this bundle and this suite, but you could use it for any time of year because it's birds. Yeah, tell me, it's October, Carol, and it's over 100. I don't know. Hi Florence, I don't know if it'll ever get back to normal. So let's see what time it is. It's 7 o'clock. Oh my goodness, right on time. So let's get started. As I was saying, I'm going to be working with the Hi Barbara Winterly Treetops Bundle. So let's just turn you down and get right to it. All right. Hey Debbie. Hey Marie. Let's see here. Oh, I had you backwards at the beginning, so you're straight now. You see, I've got this camera in a bad position. I can't see what you're seeing. Hi, Greg. Welcome, buddy. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. I am your host. I live in Tracy, California, and I have an October host code for you. Hi, Roz. Hi, Roseanne. Here it is right here. If you decide to order with me, you can use that host code. Hi, Vicky. Oh, I'm so glad you found me, Vicky. You can use this host code, and I will get credit. It will help me out with some credits if you use this host code for me. I'm getting confused because I'm looking at comments at the same time I'm trying to read, and at the same time I'm trying to zoom in, doing three things at once. Oh my gosh. YouTube channel, let's talk about that since Vicky's here. I mentioned it before, but I'm going to mention it again. I don't know where the problem lies, but I cannot upload my Facebook Lives to YouTube. Well, I can, but it takes about 7 to 8 hours. And I have to keep going back to my computer and shutting it down and starting it back up every few hours to finally get it uploaded. So that's why you haven't been seeing my YouTube, any of my videos on YouTube. I just am busy, and it's really difficult and frustrating to get that done, but I will keep trying. Hi, Lynn. My email is mofun44@icloud.com if you need to reach me for any reason whatsoever. There's my host code one more time, and we are going to get started. Before I do get started, I'm going to show you this card once again. It's the one I had everybody make at open house. They didn't make this exact one. In fact, they made a circle one. But hi, Linda. Hi, Barbara. But I had 2 of them that they made at open house. But I had 2 birthdays, Friday night and Saturday, so both were given at birthday parties, and so this is the only one I have left. But the reason I'm showing you these is I had made extras for open house because I thought I was going to have to demonstrate how to make these cards, but most people, except for those that were brand new, and that's understandable, they did not need me to demo it. They just really did well. So I have extra kits here. I have a couple in wild wheat and a couple in copper clay. Yeah, copper clay. So I have 3 in copper clay. So I have 5 left. They're $4 plus if I have to ship them to you, plus the shipping. So if anybody wants them, let me know. They're all cut out and ready to go. You just have to do the stamping. I can't do the stamping for you. Okay, so that's that. Then I have the winner of the prize for September. I decided I was going to give away a full pack of this beautiful metallics wow embossing powder. I love it, and I know you will too. So I wanted one of my customers who placed an order with me to possibly win this. So I pulled up all the orders for September. I asked my husband to pick a number between 1 and the amount of orders that I had. He picked number 18 to win this. So I went and I counted who number 18 was, and her name is Vera Lopez Espinoza. Vera, you are the winner of this embossing powder. I think you're going to be thrilled with it. So this is here for you. She's in town, so we'll get together and I can get her that product. Congratulations, Vera. Oh, my bookmark just came out. Let's see. Oh, it stayed on the page. Good. So here is the suite. Oh, you're on. I didn't even see that you were on, Vera. Good, good. You're welcome. Here is the beautiful suite. And the reason I decided to use this suite tonight, it's on page 30 of the mini catalog, is because on Friday I have a class and the ladies had selected this bundle to use for their projects. So they all purchased the bundle or the suite, and they're all going to bring their merchandise with them, their bundle with them, and then I'm going to supply everything else. But yes, it is fantastic powder, Roz. But I wanted to make other items too. So this is not an item that they're going to make in class. This is not a card they will make in the class, but I will have it here so they can watch this live over again and make this card as well, and they'll have it in person to look at. Here is the bundle itself. Here, the bundle is a stamp set and the dies, and then all the coordinating items that go with this suite are on page 31. So that's what I'm working with today. Here is a list of what I used. I used the Winterly Treetops bundle, and I put the page there for you that I just showed you in the mini catalog. Cardstocks are basic white, hey Ruth, and garden green, and I also used a white envelope. Designer series paper is Nest of Winter. That is part of the suite, but I threw in some Season of Elegance DSP as well. This DSP is so beautiful. Well, they both are, but the Season of Elegance, I'll just flash it here for you so you remember which one I'm talking about. I am saving every little scrap I have of this paper because it is so pretty to use for leaves and sprigs and that type of thing, which I'm going to do tonight. So even the smallest piece can be useful. The ink pad I'm using is Cherry Cobbler, and I'm going to do a little bit of embossing with that amazing embossing paper that Vera just won, the gold. So I'm using Versamark ink as well. The embossing powder is the one I just mentioned, Metallic Wow, and there is the code number for that if you fall in love with it tonight. And then I always go back to things I've been using, so we are using Stylish Shapes from the annual catalog again. The tools I use is my cut and emboss machine, my paper trimmer, my take your pick tool, my bone folder, my embossing tool kit. If you're not familiar with what that is, here it is. Here is the tool kit right here. It's the tray and the embossing buddy and the paintbrush, but it's not for painting. It's to brush your powders and then your reverse tweezers. So that's that's the toolkit there. And the heat tool, of course, to heat up the embossing powder. Hi, Lori, welcome. Adhesives, liquid glue, and dimensionals. And the card base is 5.5 by 11, scored at 4 and 8. The liner for the inside is basic white, and it is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. We have a liner piece that's going to embellish the white layer piece on the inside, and that's cut down to 3.5 by 5. And then I have a belly band that's 2 by 11. Okay, so I'm going to turn it this way so you can get the whole picture there and take a snapshot if you want. And then you can turn it around once it's in your photos. And then we've got page number 2. That one will fit this way. Everything, it's just a couple of lines. I should have used a smaller font and got it all on the same page, but I didn't. Okay. So let's start with the pieces of paper I chose to use tonight. So here is the paper that I need to make my card. This is the Nest of Winter Designer Series paper. Here's my pack all cut up. This is my second pack and it's almost gone. So here is the piece, and I just gave you the dimensions, but I'll repeat them again in case you didn't hear them. 5.5 by 11, or by 12, I'm sorry. 5.5 by 12 for the base. And then I scored it at 4 and 8, but I'm going to use my paper trimmer and do that part for you and show you how I got this look here. Okay. Hi, Denise. Hi, another Lori. Then I cut out 2 birds from the Designer Series paper. I love the fact that there's a die that coordinates with these birds, and so I don't have to do any coloring or anything. I just have to put them on my cut and emboss machine and cut them out and use them on my card. So those birds are ready to go. This is the base. Then I talked about an inside liner in basic white. Here it is. Here is the smaller piece to embellish the inside liner. Here is not too small of a scrap, but a scrap of the Elegance paper for my sprigs. And then my belly band. Here is my belly band, and it is 2 inches wide by 11 inches long. All right. Now, I didn't mention this in the measurements because this isn't something you have to do. It's a little too close, can't see everything. Okay, let me see. I have a real problem with this, Lori. So let me see if I can fix it. Oh, see, it flipped instead of, okay, now we're far out. So is that better? Okay. Is that better? Okay, so here is a piece of white cardstock. It is just white cardstock. There's really no size to it because I like to double my DSP with cardstock when I'm using them as a focal point. And okay, good. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I do it. Okay, good. I'm glad that's better. And thank you for telling me. Okay. So let me go to the base. And here is my paper trimmer. So as I mentioned, it is 5.5. Yeah, 5.5 by 12. The length is 12. And I'm going to put it in my trimmer. You didn't see all the measurements? Okay, I will get them back up for you. And I score here with my lighter blade at 4. Then we're going to move over and we're going to score again at 8. Let me bring the arm out. And score at 8. What that does is it gives us kind of a gatefold type of thing, or a trifold where they're all just folded over each other. Okay, let me take the trimmer down. Then to fancy it up a little bit more, I took the corner and folded down the DSP. And this is where you're going to need your bone folder. And you're going to burnish. And this is a great way to see both sides of your paper. Same thing on the other side. I just put my nail in the corner, fold it over, and burnish. And this is the base of my card. Now, some of you guys didn't get to see the measurements because I was too close. So I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to grab those for you. Okay. Five and a half by 11, score at 4 and 8. That's what I just finished doing. Then the basic white liner is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then the liner embellishment piece, which in my case is the garden green piece, is 3 1/2 by 5. And then the belly band is 2 inches wide by 11 inches long. Okay, there you go. All right. So let's take oh, no, let's show you the card. I always forget to do that. I don't know why. Here we go. Here's the card. What do you guys think? I love how the birds are layered together and the belly band slips off. Is it 5 1/2 by 11 or 5 1/2 by 12? 5 1/2 by 12. The belly band is 11. Okay, so here is the card. The belly band slips right off, and then you can open up the card like this. Very, very fancy, I think. I fell in love with it. This set is, I have a harder time putting it on from the bottom, and it slips right on from the top, and I don't know why. But I just slipped the belly band right on like that. And then we have this very, very pretty card. Thank you for all the hearts, you guys. Thank you. All right, so let's get busy with this. Let's start from the inside and go out. Okay, so here is the inside layer. I'll lay this piece here so you can see what I'm talking about. This inside layer piece is right here. All right, and have you ever thought to use these window dies? This is a die set in that bundle. We use them to cut out windows, but have you ever thought to cut this out and then layer it on top of your inside layer piece to decorate it like that? I thought that was a pretty idea. So let me close this up so I have more space. I'm gonna get my cut and emboss machine over here and I'm gonna do my cutting. Okay. I'm gonna start with this green piece. Oh, I'm glad you love the fold. What are you saying, Florence? The belly bands are always fun. They are. Okay, so let's just place the garden green cardstock onto platform 1, 2, and 3. 3 is the clear acrylic one. And then the die. I have some Post-it note tape on my die already. And I'm just going to tape it down so it doesn't move. And you will notice that this die is the same exact size as the paper I'm cutting. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome, everybody. So I'm going to lay another acrylic number 3 right on top and go right through. Just so it's easier for me to grab right now, I'm going to roll it back. Not necessary, but I'm going to do that. And then I am going to take this off of the die. I have more cutting to do, so I'm going to keep my machine here, but I'm done with this die for now. And you're just going to pop out the center of this die. So what we really have is all the sprigs around the edge frame. There's a couple of little pieces right there that are holding on tight. There we go. So this comes out. Hey, Jean. And I have this beautiful frame left to work with. Now you're going to need take your pick tool. Mine's in my basket. Let me find it here. Because there's also a few little pieces randomly here and here. So you want to look and punch those out. Here's one more. Okay, so we have that piece ready. All right, now we're going to take our Elegance paper. Here's the card again. We have the sprigs and we have the square from the Stylish Shapes and more sprigs here. And I think that gold really, really made this card pop. So let's take the square from Stylish Shapes dies and the sprigs from the Winterly Treetops dies bundle. And we're going to cut those out. But I need 4 of these. There are 2 sprigs, so I'll go back again and cut out a couple more. Here's my square. Here are the sprigs, but I need 2 more. Those are staying in the die, so we need our take your pick tool again to get those out. And here's the little holes I always mention that make it you can use your take your pick tool and punch these little sprigs out using those holes. Okay. So 2 more. I'm telling you, I'm using every scrap of this paper that I can use. So pretty. All right. Now I need to cut out the birds that I talked about. Also, a full sheet of Designer Series paper. Pop these guys out first. Oh, that one came right out. That's good. Okay. And then I'm going to take my birds. Here is one. But just so you know what I'm talking about, I'm going to grab a piece of the Designer Series paper and see how I've been cutting out the birds. So you just take your paper snips and I'm going to cut out one of the birds. Check out your die to see what part of the image it cuts out. On this red bird, it cuts out the berries and the bird. So I need this here and this here for the other one. So that's how I cut that one out too from its page. And then you find the coordinating dies and you lay them on the paper, lining them up perfectly. And then I want some tape. Do not want these to move and ruin my birds. So I'm going to use some Post-it note tape again. And tape that down. Okay. Then here is the little bird, the single bird with the berries. Line that up as well. Thanks, Sandy. And tape that down. Okay. Run that through. This is designer series paper. The paper is much thinner than cardstock. And these dies are solid dies. They're not intricate by any means. So they'll pop out really easy. Okay, I just have to watch my tape. Pull that off, and then I can pop these little birds out. Hey, Linda. And there we go. Aren't they cute? It's like little stickers now. Okay, put my die away. So this is the set that we're going to be using on Friday at my class, but it is not the card we will be making. The cards we will be making on Friday are a surprise, so I don't show them in advance. Okay, so there is the set of double birds, but I love that I don't have to do any coloring if I don't want to. I can definitely use the stamps and color if I want, but I don't have to if I don't want to. Okay, so here is the liner that I cut out first, and I'm going to take my glue. Let's see, this one's not that full. Let me get one that has more glue in it. Okay. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to mention. I've told you all that if you live close to me, I do have dimensionals, liquid glue, mini glue dots, the adhesives here. If you need adhesive, if you're running low, you can come here and get it from me, so you don't have to order it. Sometimes, you know, we're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I'm out of this or out of that. And the good thing is I don't charge any shipping, handling, or tax. You pay what the price is of the in the catalog. So you notice I'm going really light with this glue. Just takes a little bit. And I'm going to lay this down onto the inside layer piece. Hi, Sandy. Okay, now we're going to take, let's look at the card. We've got all the pieces laying here. Let's open it up again. And it says, thinking of you always. Okay, so this is very wintry, Christmassy. You can change that to Merry Christmas if you wanted to. But I have thinking of you always. That stamp is in the stamp set. And I'm using cherry cobbler ink just to coordinate with the berries in the paper. Tap, tap, tap. Check your stamp and stamp it right in between those sprigs there. Okay. Take my chamois, clean off my stamp, and I'm ready for the inside of my card. These nails still get in my way, ladies. Okay, so here's the card base. It took me 3 grabs to pick this up. Here is the base, so we're just going to open it up, trifold like that, and place it in between the score lines, just like that. Very simple card, really, but it's very striking. Okay, this is the glue that's almost all gone. I think it's all gone because a bunch just came out all at once. I think that was the last of it. And here is a newer bottle. Okay. Line up my card with my grid lines on my glass mat. Find my score lines. And get this centered. And there we go. You can fold it down either direction. You can put the right in first and the left on second. Doesn't matter, whichever way you want to do that. But we're going to now decorate with the birds. So I took my birds, see how quick and easy that is, and set them down where you think you want them to be, and then just place your fingers where you're going to put glue. You're not going to go past this area here. We want all of this to be loose so it doesn't glue your card shut. So I know it's safe to do his tail and part of his body. And then I'm just going to find a place where I want to set this, not going off the edge of the card. Hi, Sandy. I have 2 Sandys here. I have 2 Loris here. And then that's pretty, but look how pretty it becomes when we add a little bit of sprig right there with that gold in it. Hi, Wanda. Hi, Marcia. We have another hole right there that lends itself for embellishing. So I'm just putting glue on the very stem of the sprig. And then I'm making sure the stem goes underneath where there's a lot of card so it can stick. So underneath those berries. Let's not hide the bird so much. I'm going to spin that over a little bit. So there is our card so far. Okay. I'm going to glue these down so they don't keep popping at me. Oops. Okay, there we go. Now for the belly band. Throw this glue away, it's all gone. Here is my belly band. It's double-sided. You could use whatever side you want. I liked the stripes going sideways on the card and the belly band stripes going up and down for the belly band. So that's how I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to lay it across the card. And I'm not going to get it real tight up against the edge because you do need it to slip back and forth. And you're just going to fold it over on itself, lining it up with each other so everything's even. And you're going to pay attention to where your seam is going to be. Okay, because that's where you're going to cover with your square, right like that. Okay, it's funny how this makes me want to place it this way. Okay, so let's glue these 2 together. So I'm going to put glue on only the top one because I know that's going to go over the bottom one. Okay. You love belly bands, Lynn. Okay, let's double check here. This paper ends, you want to pay attention to this because you don't want to glue stuff together. This paper ends right here. So I'm going to put my finger there and not go past my finger with the glue. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to burnish these ends here. And let's see how this slides. Oh, it slides very well. Excellent. Okay. So you can barely see that seam, but I'm still going to butt this one up and I'm going to lay it down flat. I'm not going to put it on dimensionals or anything. And I'm just going to lay it down with the edge of the square right where the belly band connects. Camouflage it a little bit. Okay, I forgot to use my white cardstock. I always do that. Not always forget. I always put my dies on white cardstock, my DSP on white cardstock, and then I cut them out together so it's thicker. But I forgot to do that today. At the beginning, I did say it's not necessary, but it is something I normally do, and I just totally didn't do it tonight. So this bird is going to get placed on the square. And I am going to use dimensionals for him. And this is where I would like him to be thicker because he's going to be up on dimensionals a little bit. I'm going to put 3. So this one on the original is a lot thicker because it has the white cardstock underneath. This one is a little more flimsy because it's just the designer series paper by itself. Okay. It's just something I do. All right, we're going to stick this down onto the square, and I love how this layers together like that. My little branch is right underneath the stitching of the squares. I love the stylish shapes that has all those squares in it. I mean, all the stitching and all the shapes. Okay, so now again, just a little bit of glue right on the stem. And let's fancy this up real quick. Press so it'll grab the back of the bird and be lifted like the bird is. And then again, a little bit on the stem. Turn it around. Stick it right in there. Press down. And it will stick and be lifted. Okay, so that's it. It's very simple. So it's a great card for using up all that designer series paper. This card likes me to start the belly band from the top and slide it down. And I like to stop it right where the green meets the other part of the designer series paper. Oh, I'm so glad you guys like it. I'm glad. Thank you for all those hearts. I really appreciate it. So let's open it up one more time. Would you like to receive a card like this? I bet you would. And here's another reason. It just dawned on me why I like the white cardstock behind the birds. That's why. I don't like to see the designer series paper, the backside of the designer series paper. Let me show you. So you guys decide. There you go. You guys decide what you like better. Okay. All right. Yes. All right. We will see you on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Here, I'll be live again. I'm going to try to use this bundle again. Like I said, I am trying to make more samples for my gals that are coming Friday. And then they'll have samples to look at, plus the cards that they're going to make. Actually, they're going to make 2 cards and a 3D item. So I think they're going to be real excited. Any questions? Hi, Patty. Host code, please. Okay, let me get that. There's the host code. And I'm going to do one more thing. I forgot. There's the host code. This card is pretty, but when you take the time to emboss the envelope, I have to show you that. I almost forgot. I would have been so upset with myself. I have all the stuff here, but it was underneath my paper, so I didn't see it. So here's the Versamark pad. I'm going to close my real red so I don't make a mess. And here is the stamp in the stamp set that I'm using. You're welcome, Ruth. And I'm just going to ink this up. I'm going to take my embossing buddy before I stamp, and I'm going to run it over the flap of my envelope. These are just the regular size, medium size white envelopes in the annual catalog. I want to make sure I get this inked up well. So I'm going to turn the stamp over and ink it up with my Versamark. Just had my embossing powders. What did I do with them? Here they are. Okay, so here are the embossing powders. And I'm going to take my gold. They have copper and silver also. So because I took so long to find my powder, I'm going to ink that up again. Stamp it. Turn on my heat tool. pull up my stamp. You're not going to see anything on the flap right now until I pour the powder on. Look how beautiful that is. Now, yes, I do. Okay, so put the lid back on your powder so you don't blow it everywhere. And then just put your heat tool right on the envelope. Watch your powder heat up and turn shiny. And now it is finished. Okay, so let me show you. How that looks. Hi, Sue, welcome. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? Now, I just had a gal ask me for the measurements again. So, I'm going to move the card. Embossing the envelope is gorgeous, Lori. Yes, it really is. So look how pretty. Okay, so here are the measurements again. The base is 5.5 by 11. And you score at 4 and 8, and then you fold over these two pieces. You just fold them over. Okay. The basic white is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. Oh, I did write 11 on here. Didn't Bev ask me that? This is wrong. This is wrong. The belly band is 11. The card is 12. Sorry, didn't see my error. Okay, 5.5 by 12. Score at 4 and 8. Liner, 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. Liner embellishment piece. That's this green. It's the same size as the die, which is 3.5 by 5. And then the belly band is 2 by 11. Yes, Bev, 12. 12, my mistake. Thank you for pointing that out. Yep, I just measured it on my glass mat. It is 12. I only cut this down to 5.5, so it's the whole sheet of 12 by 12 cut down to 5.5. So the belly band I did cut 1 inch off just because you don't need all of that. And there it slips right back on. And like I mentioned before, I like to put it back all the way up to where it meets the green from the top here. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Let me put it up again with the envelope. That makes a difference, I think. And we will see you Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Good night.